welcome back to today's video. Now, I wasn't going to do the 2010s because in my head, from 1910 to 2000 was 100 years. I don't know why I thought that. I have no clue. So Neil says, but it's not, that's 90 years. And I went, well, not really, 10, 20, 30. It calculated to me 100, but thinking about it, no, it's not. It's 90 years. So I'm going to do the 2010s. It's not a collaboration with anyone because I told everybody I was doing all the way up to 2000. I don't know where my head was. I have no clue. But I'm going to do this one anyway. And there might be something else coming. So stay tuned, but it's not really a sort of decades one, but you will see later on. Anyway, so I'm going to get into some facts first. I have primed my lids, and which is something I didn't do in 2010, but you know, we'll just go with it. So, right. The 2010s traded in juicy tubes for a matte finish and overlined lip. Neutral and brown tone lipsticks became the go-to colours. And Kylie Jenner's lip kit sensation took the world by storm. Social media spawned endless trends this decade, both macro and micro, with some making it mainstream. From those that completely changed the market, like bold brows and facial contouring, to those try-once trends like dip dye or rainbow hair colours. Over the last 10 years, eyebrows have gone from being an afterthought to a priority. A whole new category of brow makeup has boomed, with treatments from threading and waxing to microblading and later laminating, which I call a werewolf brow. While the decade has seen a nostalgic obsession with 90s style, the one trend not to re-emerge amongst the scrunchies, brown lipsticks and French manicures has been skinny brows. Sorry, buggered them up. Big, bold, bushy brows are here to stay. Not on my face. I'll be looking for get any brow hair other than this right now. This was a decade of Instagram boom, and with it, Instagram makeup. Selfies showing techniques inspired by drag queens and theatre makeup saw the likes of contouring, cut creases, eyeshadows, and baking make it mainstream. I think it means putting the powder underneath and baking, but the only baking I do is in the kitchen. Poster girls and guys for the look, including makeup artists turned YouTubers and influencers. Jaclyn Hill, Nikki Tutorials and James Charles, not to mention the famous face that has influenced so many with hers is Kylie Jenner. So a lot of the makeup was neutrally shades back then, to my knowledge, what I remember, but there was some colour as well. It's just one of those things. The influencers and the makeup artists and stuff were doing really bold looks and stuff, but it wasn't really a thing back in 2010. I remember it being a very neutral look for most people. So, you know, it was just one of those things that was out there because they was doing it because they was artists, so they could really create that kind of look. But also normal, everyday folk, regular people, just was doing neutral colours and mainly browns. So, you know, that's what I remember from it. So today, for 2010, I am going to do the makeup I did back then. And I did use some colour, and I actually found the palette I used, which I can't believe I found it. I knew I had it. It took me a while to remember where I put it, but I found it. And it's the Rimmel London palette here, just a single eyeshadow. I didn't do any crease stuff. I didn't know how to do crease stuff back then. and it was a mono eyeshadow in the shade Life Show. So I've probably had this too long, to be fair, but I'm going to use it anyway. So what I did first, yeah, I would have gone in with eyeshadow. It's alright, I'm just thinking about the skincare I did as well, because I didn't do primer, because I didn't know anything about primer. So I'll get my little mirror and I'm just going to pop this on the lids. And all I did was use my finger and place this on the lid. Oh wow, this still works really nicely. Wasn't expecting that. I had a lot of single eyeshadows back then. My makeup obsession didn't really come out until 2018, because up to 2012 I would have said I just didn't wear makeup for a long time, just didn't bother with it. I don't know why at all. I really don't. And then all of a sudden, about the back end of 2018, so my makeup obsession and my collection did start to about 2019, if I think about it. And so yeah, on the back end of 2018, I just wore a little bit of makeup. So I started with eyeliner in the waterline, mascara, bit of blusher and lipstick, and that was all I did. And so this is the makeup I did before I stopped wearing it for quite some time. But then when it come back, when I got back into it, I got a little palette from MUA which I love to death. Another little palette which was a sleek one, which I've had to get rid of because it just went over. Yeah, so I got back into it quite big. And once I was doing the eyeshadow, then I wanted highlighter, because I've never had highlighter. I didn't even know about highlighter, because what I have read is highlighter didn't come about until 2015. But this is the days I was doing my makeup before I stopped. So no highlighter. Okay, so that is such a gorgeous shade. I can understand why I used it. I also had single eyeshadows from the Boots number 17 range. Also the Natural collection in Boots, I had little single eyeshadows. Mainly chose pinks, paley pinks and dark greens and things like that. And I saw this shade in B&M one of the times I went over, and I thought, oh, I really like that, so I picked it up. And it's a really nice eyeshadow still. It still seems fine. Oh, believe me, if you can see how many bloopers would be in this video. I don't know if I'm going to put them in. But the amount of stop-starts today. It's been crazy. And lots of giggles because I just couldn't get the words out. Right, I'm just going in again because I've not done the edge of my eye, the outer corner. I'm also going to be filming a video just talking about what I thought of the series and all the years I've covered, all the decades I've covered, etc, etc. Okay, so that will have to do. Let's see, have I got any fallout from that? Nope, not at all. Okay, so what I did next, I'm not cutting that out, I'm fed up with doing it, is I put on moisturiser, and that was just my base for, you know, a primer for me. I didn't even know about primer, so I moisturised. So I'm going to go in with this Beauty Formulas Brightening Vitamin C Daily Moisturiser. And I did that. And I've not moisturised today, I've just done the serum. So, this is what I would have done. And this is when I'll get a pink face, I don't know why. Pop a bit more on. Now, I better get some more of that because I did go down my neck with it. Oh, I'll just go really pink. No clue, it's just a recent thing. However, I am testing out a product and it could be that, if you think about it, but you're not going to find out about that video, or maybe it's up already. I don't know, it might not be, I don't know. I'll pop it here if it is. So, just pop that on my neck. You see, look, the redness is gone immediately, so no clue. If you have any ideas why that's happening, let me know. I'll be interested to find out. It's probably something really simple. So, okay then. So, my moisturiser's on. So, I did go in with a BB cream. Now, the BB cream I had was from Garnier, because we all know how much I love their products. And so, I haven't got that. So, I've got this one from Collection, which I'm trying to use up anyway. And it's just in the shade Light, and it's the BB Secrets. So I'm just going to pop this on. Now, I didn't have any sponges. I didn't have any brushes. And so I would just pop a few dots on. And then rub it in with my fingers. And I do actually apply this way sometimes because it's kind of like a moisturiser with a tint, in my opinion. And as you can see, it gives kind of a light coverage. And that is it. Now I'll bring it down my neck because you don't need the line. Even if it's tinted product, a beauty balm, you don't want a line. Okay, so that's all I did. I forgot how caked up that makes you. I really have. So, I'll put that on. And I am going to do my brows. Now, forgive the shocking brows you're about to see, because I did dark brown and I used an eyeshadow. Actually, no, I had a brow palette which was powder brows, but I haven't got that anymore because it was too old and too dark, so I got rid of it. And it was from Revolution, when they was just a baby company, if you know what I mean, just come out not long ago. I think that's the case, and I just use that. They haven't been out for many years, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going in with a really dark brown shade, and it's just that one called Connect from this Affinity palette from Revolution. And I did this just like the brows today, but very shockingly dark. And it's only recently I've stopped doing them with this shade. Because when you put yourself all over the internet, and particularly YouTube, you don't realise how bad something is that you do until you do YouTube and stuff, and then go, oh my goodness. So that's what happened, so I had to change it. But no YouTube back in 2010. I didn't even have a clue about what YouTube was. Was it about in 2010? I have no clue. I can't find anything about it particularly. Either that or I did and I've forgotten to put it in to the facts, which is possible. And I can tell you one thing. I'm glad I'm not doing eyeliner on the lids today, because my hands are shaking like crazy. Again. You can see what I mean. Why I thought that was fine, I don't know why. But I came on YouTube with shocking brows like this at the start of 2020 and realised what the hell is that. And then I tried to do the and I would have done this, I wouldn't have brushed them up. Then I tried to follow some tutorials to try and make the brows look thicker than they are, and that didn't work for me because I've been that used to thin ones. I can't work with anything else, you know. And yeah, I started to realise it was a bit of a shocking colour, so I've now found the right colour, so I'm happy with that. Right, okay, that was the brows, that's what I did. Still can't believe I did that. So the next thing I did was eyeliner. So I went in with a standard black eyeliner, not this one because this is a Primark one. But black eyeliner is black eyeliner. I think it might have been one of those companies that not many people hear of, and that's La Femme and Lavelle. I'm pretty sure it was one of those automatic twist up ones as well. I do not own a black twisty one. Or at least I don't think I do. So I would just put eyeliner on the waterline. I didn't pop eyeshadow on the lower lash line. And then I would do concealer. I must do that. So I did concealer. Now, I'm pretty sure somewhere in the 2010s I did have this collection one. However, I'm not totally convinced I did. So, but I've either got this one or that Mimol one, so I'm going to try this again. Well, I'm trying to get this product used up, but it's almost gone. And what I did was dotted it like that. I didn't do anything around that nose. I did at the sides. but I never did the top. And I didn't have a sponge like I told you, so I would use this finger because I was watching because Boots released a DVD, a free one you could pick up, and it was a makeup artist telling you how to do certain things. And one of them was the concealer, where she'd say use that finger because it's the lightest finger with the lightest touch you can put on your face with. With a finger. No, oh goodness. This is going from bad to worse. It's the lightest touch. So, yeah, I really don't like that concealer anymore. It's rubbish. So, I've not even done powder yet, you see. I'm not even getting it the right way round that I did it. I'm surprised I'm getting the actual right product. As you can see, it just sinks in and does absolutely nothing. So I don't like it. It don't seem to be doing anything. It was pretty good around my nose, as you can see. But that's about all it's got going for it now. And it used to be my favourite concealer. And then they changed the packaging and said, oh, we haven't changed the formula. Yes, you did. And I've seen a lot of YouTubers say the same. It used to be my ride or die, as I say. My holy grail, but not anymore. Not anymore. And they changed the shade name, so that got confusing. Because apparently sticking with light, medium, dark or fair and all of that, no, it wasn't good enough in the end. So they had to go porcelain 2 or porcelain 1 or whatever. So I'm not impressed. I really am not impressed. Okay, so before I do powder, I'm going to do this. Now, back in 2010, I had a product which was Maybelline Tattoo. No, it wasn't. Maybelline Dream Mousse, which was a blusher, and it was in a peach shade, and I loved it to death. But I haven't got that. So I've got a peachy lipstick, which I don't like very much. And I'm going to use that for blusher. I really don't like this lipstick. And for some reason, it's got a dark shade on it. I think I was trying to deepen it with another one and it didn't really work very well. I wanted a peachy lipstick and this one was not very good. So I'm going to pop some of this. Now I used to just put it on the apples of my cheeks. And I've probably overdone that. And so the mousse one was just easier to work with. But I haven't got it. Oh yeah, that was overkill. Let's just overkill the next side because once I get to powder, I might be able to, the word I'm looking for, I don't know. Tone it down. That's the one. Yeah, I don't see that doing much, but oh well. It is what it is. Nearly. Okay, so then I powdered. Now, I didn't have this Rimmel setting powder, not until I was watching YouTubers and they raved about it, and that was back end of 2018. And I just used to use a powder, but I really can't remember which one. See what I mean? That's why I conceal my nose, because it just looks terrible. Now, what is this? Can't see that in the mirror. Okay, so mascara next. And I used to use one of these. Now I have two of these and I do not use them, and Stuart, please be quiet. I've told him I'm filming and he's still texting like a lunatic. He doesn't read off things I write. So I went in with one of these eyelash curlers. And yeah, I call these eyelash torture because that's what they are. So I used to use these after mascara. Now I'm not doing that because that was clearly really a bad way of doing it, and they tell you not to because you'll pull your eyelashes out. So it's a shock that I am not completely bald there and got no eyelashes at all. So I would go in like this. And just keep doing that. Oh wow, they do work very well. The reason why I call them eyelash torture is because I always kept getting my eyelid. And you all know that if you catch your eyelid in one of these things, it hurts like a bitch. And I used to do that. And because I didn't think it was done enough, I'd go in again. Taking in the fact that I used to do this when I'd applied mascara, which was the worst thing you can do. And I didn't know it was the worst thing I could do until I was, you know, until I got back into makeup again, and I realised because I'd watched a lot of YouTube and did it before mascara, not after. Otherwise I wouldn't have learnt anything, would I? Okay, so to me it's quite a nice effect. I like it, but I just don't tend to reach for them. I have two of them, no idea. I lost that one, so I bought another one, even though I don't really use it. There's no sense there at all. What I really should do is put those in the bin and get rid. Okay, so I've just started with this. I can't get the mascara I fell in love with when I started back up with makeup, so I can't use that. I don't have the number 17 from Boots, which I used, so I'm going in with the collection one I have. Collection was about then, but they used to be called Collection 2000. I think there was still Collection 2000 in the 2010. And the mascara, when I got back into makeup, I used and loved so much was the CoverGirl Lash Boost, and I used to be able to pick it up at B&M, but then B&M stopped selling CoverGirl, and so's everywhere else unless you pay stupid prices. So I'm going in with this one. If I could get that Lash Boost again, I would. I adored that mascara. It was in a really bright pink tube. Barbie kind of pink. Just concentrating, and I do the lashes like this. And that eyeliner's coming off. I don't think it's the fault of the product, I think it's the fault of my eyes. I think sometimes when my eyes are watery, that's why it happens. Right, I'll pop that back on a bit. Let's see how that goes. So, that was the lashes. Did not do nothing too major with them and too mad. That was all I did. And then lipstick. Now have I missed anything? See, I didn't contour. I didn't bother with that. I didn't really like it. And in the 80s, the thing I missed was the bronzing. I remember I missed it on the video. Oh no, I did Madonna inspired, so that wouldn't have been a thing. Because she didn't look like she contoured. That's it. Well, bronzed. If I did do me back then for bronzer, it was pretty bad because you used to put it all over your face. I mean, to what I've read of 2010s, that became a thing then as well. You know, I didn't contour, so thank goodness for that. So I've not showed you this lipstick. Now, I did use a lot of MUA lipsticks, but the colours I've got are a bit too bright for this look, and I'm not going there. Although one's pretty neutral, to be honest. And I have it over here, and it's this double thing. But I didn't buy that back in the day when I was doing this, so these weren't about. So I had some MUA lipsticks up until recently where I've got rid of them because they was a bit old and horrible. So I also, now this is a little later, but not too much later, because I did like a lipstick even though I didn't do makeup. I did like a nice lipstick. So I would go in with this Essence Ultra Last, and it's in the shade 11, it's no shade name, and this is the closest I can find to what I would use. And I think actually this is the one from then, so it is old. I actually remember rightly, it is. And it's a shade like that. And it's a really nice shade, and I've not used a lot really. So just take the wetness from my lips. And then I'm putting this on. And there we go. And that is a bit bold for this look. I wouldn't do it today. If I've got a strong eye look, I like to go in with a neutral shade. And this is the look I did. This is what I did all the time. Close up. Okay, so I'm going to give you some more facts. Wow, this is quite different because to me that looks like I've got no blusher on at all. No, not doing it. I did have a powder blush, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to bring out my old trusty friend, the Revolution one. Although it's not old. And I'll use the viewfinder for this. Just shows that lipstick didn't do anything for blushing either. It didn't just tone down, it toned to nothing. Okay, so I've added that. And yeah, that is it. Some more facts. The movement spawned odd trends such as the 100 layer challenge, where vloggers tired of their regular tutorials, demonstrated piling on 100 layers of anything from foundation to nail polish on Instagram and YouTube. I've seen a lot of their videos, they are quite fun to watch. Right, things that was going on back then. Overlined lips, contouring, hair trends, the balayage and pastel shades in hair colour. Leather jackets. It was paired with blouses, t-shirts, crop tops, dresses, sweaters and shirts. Especially in the early years of the decade, it was trendy to wear jeans, trainers and a blouse and a leather jacket. I remember that. So the 80s fashion got its proper revival around 2017. Every other designer suddenly promoted an inverted triangle shape. Shoulder pads, polka dot, blazers and bright pastels. The 80s fashion also hit the streets, but was often done in more toned down versions. With that said though, the fashion of the last decade was definitely characterised by the 80s office wear, sportswear and bright colours. I remember the 80s revival coming back, and I don't think it was the first time that it actually re-emerged, and it's certainly been coming back again. Not so much, but yeah, it was bad enough the first time, love. Please don't bring it back. So anyway, this is my video and the end of the decades series. I will be filming a video where I'll talk about it and tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. And I also have another video coming. It may be a video, let me sit up a bit, I'm going to disappear down there. I may do it as a video, or I may just do something with an Instagram reel, so keep a lookout for that. So, thank you very much for watching. Please do all the good stuff. As you know, it really does help out my channel. And that is it for the decades. I have thoroughly enjoyed it. Okay then. I will see you again next time. Like I say, please do all the good stuff. I will see you again soon for a beauty related video. Goodbye everyone.